You know, in the Iraq War, for example, there was a calculation as to how many civilians could die to get the target that you really needed to get. Right? So if there was one bad guy, let's say in this back room here, we knew in this house, in this back room, there's a bad guy, and we really needed to get him. But there were civilians in there. And so we need to decide, like, well, is it okay to kill the civilian? Like, but how do you kill civilians? So we really got to get this bad guy, right? And the calculation as to how many civilians we could kill before we would say no, call the strike off, call it. We can't do that. The calculation was, it was 29. It was okay to kill 29 civilians. If it was calculated, estimated that we would kill 30 civilians, then we said no. Those were the calculations during the bombing in Iraq and Afghanistan. 30 civilians meant no, 29 was okay. Dude, are you following that? Like, so what kind of a people are we? Who are we? How are we better? Who are we? Like, you really have to stop and look at this. Wait, what's this mean about these people? But you could say, yeah, but they kill. But we're not killing civilians. Well, we are. You're not.
We are.
Most Muslims are not either. Some are killing civilians.
Some.
And some Americans are killing civilians. Some. But right here, it's like, well, what's the... Wow, look at that. 13 and 14. I thought these people were like... If I listened to our president, if I listened to a lot of people in this country, I would think they're all a bunch of animals, right? But that doesn't seem like they're animals. Go to the next slide. So agree that the individual attacks against civilians is never justified. In the U.S., it's 77%, and here it's 85%. These are Muslims in the Middle East and North Africa.
意外。中東の人もっと賛成してないかと思ったけど。
And look, we can...
すごいね、85%.
The reason I'm putting this out there because I want to jumble up our thinking. The world isn't as we think it is. It's not how we think it is. It's not how I don't know how it is. It is how I think it is. It's very confusing. I'm right in my thinking about the world because I'm confused. And I think the world is confusing. And that makes me right because I don't know anything. I admit that I don't know anything. And so I'm right about not knowing anything because I mostly don't know anything. And wherever I travel, what I find are people that are just really complicated, including in the United States. This is a very complicated place. It's a cool place and it's complicated and like, oh man. Next slide.
というわけでいかがだったでしょうか。このチャンネルでは人種関連の大学の講義や人種に関連するニュース等を翻訳して配信したりしています。そういった動画をね見逃したくないよとかこのチャンネルをね応援してくれよって人は今のうちにチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。というわけで今回もありがとうございました。また次回の動画で会いましょう。バイ。